Okay. Some lettuce noises. Oh well.
Let us start.
Death slab.
The man must always have his salad. Always.
The man must have a salad. It's true.
That's where he gets his power from, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a Popeye spinach.
Yeah.
Okay. Chew faster.
This is the best. This is the best intro we've ever had.
Hello! And welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. This is episode 5 and the finale of our Victorian London arc.
Schlockhaus Funk.
Yeah, exactly. London 1888, this episode entitled Go to Your God Like a Soldier. I'll do a quick recap, but first...
We're all dead.
No. Thankfully, all
Only
characters...
one of us is...
Oh yeah, actually, I was going to say all characters are let living, but no, that's definitely not true.
All I'm
living.
saying is that if we kill vampires with sunlight, we have to say the sun never sets on the British Empire.
Oh, how has that not happened yet? Well, maybe there'll be a
We
chance
haven't
for that
killed
great
any with
line.
sunlight yet.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a chance. There actually might be this very episode.
Oh.
So I'll do a quick recap, but first let's meet the players, meet the characters. So we'll start with Marvin. Tell me who you are, who your character is, what their vibe is, and what they're feeling as we enter the grand finale, the battle against Jack the Ripper and Dracula for the soul of London.
So hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing the Spectre, Captain Diego Winsley. What his vibe is right now is he's trying to move on. He wants to move on, but he doesn't know that he can. So to that end, he's gathered a body of ghosts, not just the same would tie the ship, but every ghost in the, major London area, gathering to him and saying, do you want to move on, lads? And lasses. We don't discriminate here. Pirates. But do you want to move on? I can help you. And I can guide you. So join me, my brethren, and we can move on with our lives and unlives.
Sounds kind of like a therapist.
I know, right?
Yes. Surprisingly, he is the most therapeutic person on this team.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I agree with that.
I would agree, yeah.
What?
Cold, maybe.
I listen to people, whether they know or not.
I listen to people. I
all I
ignore a lot of what they say, and sometimes I listen.
Those big wolf ears. Speaking of that, let's meet Kat and her character.
Hi, I'm Kat. I play Dame Roxanne de Forest, OBE. I am the wolf of the group, which is to say that I can now at any time of day turn into a horrible wolf monster, and if I don't do it at any time of the day, I still undergo a horribly painful transformation at nighttime. Huzzah! I've been accidentally, I suppose, duped by Dracula into turning everybody in England into the undead, so I'm not happy about that one.
Supposedly. What do you think the plan is? We have no
It
idea.
seems likely.
It does seem likely.
We know who Jack the Ripper is. Huzzah!
Yes.
He's working with Dracula, so that's a problem. Yes, so I anticipate a lot of death. Oh, I'm now also the head of a werewolf pack. We are called the Union Fang.
One of the very cool things that Urban Shadows lets you do. Commanding ghosts, commanding werewolf packs.
Yes, and I'll probably have to look at the book about the rules again.
I got it right
Yeah,
here for
it's
everybody.
all good. You can check it out.
Whoop, whoop.
Following that, we have Dallas.
Hey, I'm Dallas. I'm playing Piers Livingstone. He thought he could just be a tobacconist for a while in retirement, but, life happens, things change, and then the shit hits the fan. So he's been having a grand old time getting his self back in the game and doing what he can to, stop the killings and other powers that be. So,
all while losing all of your old friends.
no, everyone loves Piers. Everybody loves him.
Nobody loves Peters.
And
Except
when
for
they,
us.
when they say they
Except for
don't,
us.
it's pretty much just them fooling around. Like, good friends, they always do that stuff. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
And you
So-
get along with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it. Making new
true.
friends and losing old ones.
Dynamic duo. So we'll see what happens next.
And finally, we have Patrick.
Hello, I am playing Assault the Wizard. Yeah, things are a little crazy. I'm an American living in London, for starters. We finally figured out who Jack the Ripper is. Yay, we finally got to the heart of our first job. But we still have Dracula to contend with, and that's gonna be...
And Jack the Ripper.
And Jack the... Well,
At the same
yeah,
time.
that's true. Hopefully not at the same time.
And
Maybe we can...
Renfield.
That... I really hate Renfield. Don't know why, but I just
It's
do.
Renfield. Oh, he likes you.
But yeah, so we're gonna do some things. I hope
Something will happen.
something will happen, and hopefully it's
Things
good.
will happen. Excitement.
Yeah.
Drama.
I should have called this episode Drac and Jack. They're Drac and Jack. They're back. Get that rhyme.
Oh my goodness.
Well, now they
So I
attack.
guess this is if it was an 80s film.
Yeah, that would be a good. Because Drac's back been like the tagline for a movie. I'm sure it
I
has.
think Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, well,
Really?
that's,
Part 2.
I
that would make sense because he's back. So our Drac and our Jack, you guys have discovered the identity of Jack the Ripper. He is
Menelaus.
Headmaster Menelaus Thorne, who is former school teacher and headmaster, but he's been cutting up, murdering innocent people in the streets of Whitechapel, collecting the body parts as ingredients for a horrific ritual, which he and Dracula are going to unleash through the form of the Great Stink. And it's actually getting a little bit stinkier as this episode begins.
You don't know what you're talking about. The air is sweet and fragrant.
No, it's super bad.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
In fact, with the return of the Great Stink, Queen Victoria, as she mentioned to Roxanne in our earlier game, has arrived in London to kind of stand with her people. In fact, they're going to be throwing a bit of a party to help take everyone's minds off the stench.
A soiree?
A soiree. Well, a jubilee. The Crystal Jubilee. Kind of a nice reenactment of the Crystal Palace, the Crystal Exhibition, which was famously held in Hyde Park. And this will be in Hyde Park as well. And you guys kind of pick up some of that information as well as maybe some other facts as we're going to sort of cut ahead to our opening scene, which will have everybody reconvening from their various missions in the last game at the flat that Roxanne and Iseult share. So everybody's kind of coming back, joining together. Yeah, a little bit crowded, especially because we got the Union Fangs are all hanging out there as
we
well.
could also just meet my sanctum.
Well, I just think it's funnier if they're all crowd. They're all back into a
I'm
flat.
just gonna park my ship right through the wall.
Yeah, and there's a pirate ship in there. It's great.
What the hell is happening?
Before we go ahead to
Telling me.
before we go to the opening scene with everybody being together, let's go ahead and do that opening move real quick. So we'll start with Iseult. So what's your what faction you want to investigate and maybe get a level up here before in our final game?
2 away from that, so I'm gonna go with power.
Okay.
I'm not asking about the Temple of Thoth. I'm asking about the League of Luminaries to see what they are currently up to and seeing where if they have allied themselves with Dracula and his minions.
Yeah, League of Luminaries is kind of like an Illuminati type group that Iseult's grandfather was a member of. Yes, in our Versailles game.
Yes. Very old wizard when he died. It's not bad, that's a 7. So it's a 5 plus 2.
You get it.
So it's something.
You succeed, but it comes at a cost.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Also, let you know what happens there as the game goes on. You might receive another interesting offer there.
Great.
But you do know that Headmaster Thorne is not a current member of the
Okay.
League of Luminaries.
That is some good information to hear. We're not working with some other powerful faction.
Yeah, he's a former member. How about Livingston? What would you like to roll for our start here?
Let me see if I can call in any a debt to see if someone can help me out. I'd like to roll on wild.
Oh, okay.
See if I can get some assistance from Skin the Goat while he still has his head on his shoulders.
That's true.
Not everybody does.
Nope. No, you almost lost it.
Well, a certain constable was out decapitated. Seems too neat for what happened to him.
Tiger Brown.
I mean, she
Yeah.
still has his skull on him. I have a bit of business to do with that.
I just want to see if he has any tabs on the Esoteric Temple of Thoth and
Okay.
the Headmaster's last whereabouts or anything
Ooh.
like that, like a starting point for us.
Right. Okay. Give me your roll for wilds.
Ears to the ground, people. Wild 9.
Pretty good. Okay. So,
Alright, so that's fair.
I mean, you kind of already owe Skin the Goat a debt.
What do you write? Romance?
Oh, reading.
Or actually, did you?
He owes.
Okay. Oh yeah, he owes you because you saved his life last
Yeah.
time.
I'm gonna try to call that in and see if he's got any ears to the ground. or
Right.
anything.
Okay. He's gonna assist you in this game.
Gross movie.
I will say Jekyll already owes you. Maybe Boss Autumn could owe you. He might be helpful.
Okay.
This dragon.
Well, they always have a lot of things, right?
Yeah, they do.
Usually they're coveted things.
They definitely covered a lot of things.
Oh, it's Livingston. All
Well,
right.
I'll tell you what, I covet cats. You
Can't
never
wait
have
to
enough.
see that character.
You can never have enough cats. That's what I say.
Oh, what-
I think we're getting a little preview of future character.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
I really want to see that character
Yeah,
so badly.
Cat collecting dragon. I love it.
Oh, that's not until the modern game, guys.
I know, I
That's still
know.
a little ways off now.
Well, that might. We'll get there.
Oh, geez.
Roxanne.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
In the meantime, well, like a Fargo game.
my
I
God.
I don't have to be from Fargo or nothing. I mean, nobody in that show, for the most part, was from Fargo. They were all from other places.
That's true. Brainerd.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to roll,
Okay, we're off
Roxanne?
topic.
Great show. Big
Okay.
fan.
I am going to roll power to try to investigate the ritual that might be going on and maybe how to stop it.
Okay.
That is a surprisingly good power roll for my character. That is a 7.
Nice.
-1.
Okay. Well, you really hung out too much with the Esoteric Temple.
Well, you know, I mean, through Dorian, I might be able to find out something.
That's true. Would you like Dorian to owe you and you owe him?
Sure, we'll owe each other.
Yeah, I mean.
Always know how to pay Dorian off.
Yeah, interesting. Who knows what you did with him? So to get that debt.
Crowns, British crowns.
So Dorian owes me a
Lots of
debt. I
British
owe him a
crowns.
debt.
Okay. And then, let's have you do your the special wolf roll about
The
your
special
territory.
wolf roll. Sure. And by the way, before I even did that, my blood went up by 1 because I leveled up.
Nice.
And I decided to
Nice.
level blood up by 1, so that adds to my, comes with the territory.
Oh, pretty handy.
Is it a 3 now?
Oh my god!
Oh!
What happened there?
I will
Snake
take that.
Oh no! All right. So what's the worst
Okay,
Oh, even with the
Lovely.
so on a
plus
miss, or if you're not attending your territory, things go south, and your troubles are fast and furious. I mean, that seems likely, regardless.
thing? All right.
But
I
it's
got an
just
idea.
also
For,
now official.
Wild ride for the
well, I got an idea for what's gonna happen because of that. So hold that thought.
Yeah.
Oh my
no.
goodness.
Oh no!
It's almost impossible for me to fail that roll.
I know, you
Snake
did.
Eyes. Snake Eyes will do it.
Snake Eyes will do it.
It's always gonna fail pretty much.
Snake Eyes.
How about Captain Diego for
Right,
your
so I'm going
opening
to be
roll?
rolling power.
I
And
rolled
I
higher
want
than a
to
3.
I want to find something that will give us an edge in this coming fight. Some kind of, I don't know, artifact left over by like the Temple of Thoth. Something. Because I know, that's going to
Can you
come into a
narrative
fight.
play, you know?
And we might have to slay some vampires tonight.
Ooh. All right. Sounds cool. Could be useful there. How'd you do?
4.
All right.
That does not work.
Okay.
I do level up though.
Oh yeah, that is a good thing. So now, even if you miss the roll, you get to level up. All right. Well, you are not going to be able to get help in the Temple of Thoth.
Dang.
Okay.
They didn't like
I
me
feel like we were
anyways.
all aiming towards the Temple of Thoth here.
I
Probably
wasn't. I was
because-
going to League of Luminaries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good
So,
news
Just
is,
to make sure that worked.
I took invocation. I may cash an adept with someone to appear in their presence. Anyone who has adept on me can have me appear as well. You can literally look into the mirror, say Diego, 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 and there.
Oh man! You become like Bloody Mary /
Oh my
Candyman.
god!
Yep.
Diego, what? Damn it. It
People
worked.
who have adept on me right now are the Headless Queen and Isolde.
Ah, okay. So let's cut ahead to that wonderful flat. Very crowded now. There's wolves, there's ghosts, and you have finally reconvened. And hopefully the windows are closed because the stink is starting to.
It smells like dog and
Seep
fish
in
in here.
here.
This is awful, and it smells worse outside.
So the stink, is it supernatural in any way?
Probably yes.
Maybe if you want to really investigate it, give me a. Why don't you roll Let It Out? So roll a spirit.
Yeah, I got the move for it though.
Oh,
My
okay.
ship is here, so I'm going to use Thin Walls and roll with Night. I gotta learn not to be.
Can I assist him because of my awesome sniffer?
Well, what does Thin Walls do?
Alright. When you bring a supernatural object to your body of ghosts, roll with Night. On a hit, ask the congregation questions, and they will answer honestly. On a 10 plus, ask 2. On a 7 to 9, ask 1.
I do not know if the nose could apply in this case because it's like that's a mortal thing. He's just like asking his ghost for help about it. So
Oh, okay.
About the stink.
yeah. So how'd you do with that one?
7. I think.
Okay. So
Unless
you
you want
ask-
to help.
Well, I don't
That
know if it would
only-
make sense.
He said that
Yeah.
I can't, but I would like to investigate the stink in my own way, which is just
Smelling it.
smelling
Okay, let's have you roll Let It Out for that.
okay.
Because that makes sense using your wolf powers. And let's have there's something. Livingston, you gotta talk to
While they're sniffing, can I try to put the finishing touches on her Gatling gun?
Oh yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You don't need to roll for it because like you worked on it. You started it last time. This is time you finish it. So,
So I've got an 8.
yeah, and we'll talk about the Gatling gun first of all. Diego, so
Right.
what's the question you want to ask me, or you ask your ghosts about the stink?
I guess we'll just all ask in unison right now.
Make it fucking
When
wooden-
will this
wooden
object
stakes.
end its journey?
Damn it, that's
Maybe
wrong.
you have
I
some
took
like
real
occultist
good.
ghosts have joined the crew. You can see that like this stink is part of a spell, and it's gonna stop when it's done its job.
When it's done its job, and we don't know what the job
Because I
is.
rolled an 8.
Well, you might have some idea if you talk to
If it's let it out.
some of your flatmates here. Roxanne, how'd you do with the smelling roll?
Well, I got an 8, so that means that I can't extend my senses. I had to mark corruption.
Okay.
So I've extended my senses to try to figure out what is this stink? Like, what is making it? Like, what is the idea behind it?
Okay, you can tell that it's emanating from like somewhere below ground, from like the sewer system of London, and there is an evil about it.
Because I have bloodhounded Jack the Ripper, does it seem like he is near where the stink is emanating? Am I
Yes.
getting whiffs of the Ripper off that?
Yeah, you get some of that Thorne's smell is mingled up with it. Also, Roxanne, Livingston just finished that werewolf-sized handheld Gatling gun that she wanted.
Hooray.
She tucks it under her arm and holds up the skull of Jackie Tiger Brown with the other and goes, "Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, how abhorred in my imagination it is, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have often kissed, not how I have kissed, nor I not how oft. I messed up the line very badly.
He also the lines about essentially his nanny.
Where be your jibes now? Your gambles, your songs."
Oh my god.
And I toss the skull over his ult.
Tell them to stay out of the investigation.
It's just like a clean skull or
No.
so partially dead.
It's probably still a little slick. That skull has not been boiled.
Yeah, it's a bit bloody. There's probably still an eye in one of the sockets, and the spine is still on it.
Oh man, R.I.P. Tiger Brown.
This is super gross. You know that, right?
It's filthy.
Well,
It's disgusting.
You could use it for something, one of your spells or whatever.
No! That's awful.
Actually,
gruesome.
Livingston, you're gonna get a weird little, or not Livingston, Assault. You're gonna get a special message
You
pretty
don't
soon.
want the tongue, then?
No, we use cow tongue, not human tongue.
Whoa.
Can mount
So-
it on the front of me ship if you want.
Oh, yeah, I have it almost.
Oh man, that's very
Magic. hands
very
clean.
Threepenny Opera. You got the Black Freighter with a skull on its masthead. Little reference for any Bertolt Brecht fans out there. I don't know if you're. Okay, so Roxanne, about the Gatling gun.
Yes.
Do you want to give it like a name or anything, so you can add it to your inventory, or just write it in the sheet somewhere?
What should I name it?
I mean, you can give it a cool name if you want to, or not. You can just
The
write.
Wolf's Howl?
That's a pretty cool name. We could say it's like, I'm gonna say it's like 4 harm,
For harm.
because this thing spits out a lot of bullets.
Okay.
Yeah, and of
Basically,
course,
drop
loud,
any of us.
messy,
Yeah.
and it's got to reload. We'll take an action to reload it too, because you gotta, how do you load a
It's got
Gatling
the top
gun?
loading down.
Yeah,
magazine.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not belt fed yet. I'm not that good.
Right, so you gotta
Even
split
this
that
one's
in
not
and get
that
it
good.
all ready.
Yeah, you put it in the magazine.
Doesn't exist
you-
yet.
you-
Not for another...
So long reload, 4 harm.
Yeah, I think I'll.
Medium range, messy, and loud. Of course.
Yeah, I think I will call it the Howler.
No, not 40.
Ooh, that's a good name for it.
60s.
So you can mark that one down. All right, so before you guys are all gathering together to talk about things,
Wait, sorry.
Esalt, you last episode you made some deals with a certain devil, did you not?
I mean... The devil?
A devil.
Which one would that have been?
Payman.
Oh, yeah. Well, just I found that the true name of my the person I've been working with for a very long time. It's just been Payman and has been speaking through it. Yes. What does Payman wish of me?
Well, you just hear some weird whispers in your ear from Payman, being like, talking about the stink,
Okay.
saying like, let it happen. Just whispering. So meanwhile, you guys have all kind of gathered together in this flat. What information do you share about what's going on?
Well, I know what the stink is emanating from, and Mr. the Ripper is there.
We can
That's
handle
my
that.
former headmaster, so that's 2 birds, 1 stone, lots of death. Let's do it now.
We've learned that it's
I'm
for
very
a
excited.
specific purpose, and it will not end until it's fulfilled that purpose.
The
Yeah.
stink.
The stink.
Yes. Well, I feel like if we kill him, I started just going into Cockney. Her voice is accidentally Cockney because of the growling. I feel like if we kill him, then the stink will go away.
Hopefully. Do we know that, or do we just think
I mean,
that, though?
worst comes to worst, we just kill him.
Well, we're going to kill him either
Okay,
way.
let's just kill him now then.
Yeah.
I don't feel like shifting out of wolf form, so let's just get down there. Just...
Well, as you are chatting about that, there's a rapid knocking on the door.
Hello? It's barely open.
It is Skin the Goat Gulliver.
Oh, I was gonna go and I let him in.
Yeah, he's like,
All the werewolves wave hello.
That's why I opened it and cracked. It's like, who is it first?
I don't know if all of them are in wolf form though. I think what we established there were 5 more wolves beyond me. Is that? I'll just roll a die and. See.
oh, okay, yeah, you do that.
Because a 1 means it's just me and.
Yeah, I thought we had done that last time when you formed the union thing. We can do it now if you want.
Oh no, I meant to determine how many are currently in wolf.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's fine.
3 of us are. That includes me though. So
Hey.
there are 2 more.
Well, maybe that makes it a little less crowded.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna,
Not all of them can turn into wolves during the day, you know.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna
Or
manifest
at night.
to
Only
be
on full
heard
moon.
and seen.
I mean, I
The
do
whole
everything.
ship as
I know,
well.
but
Because we can touch and be touching the physical world, and the ship's currently going through the flat.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, not a
Please.
So just you.
Huh? No, me and the entire crew.
Okay, cool.
To be
There's
heard
just-
and seen. We're not touching
Okay,
anything.
good.
There's just
Yeah.
lots of ghost pirates hanging out.
Lots of ghost
It's
parts.
really crowded in here.
Yeah, Skin the Goat says, was I interrupting something?
It's only slightly, but that's fine. What did you come
Well,
to deliver?
this fella here, he saved my life.
Oh.
So I've come to deliver a warning, perhaps assist you. What you pulled, it might have been the right thing, and it saved a lot of lives, but the constabulary are after you now.
Oh.
Aye, the peelers are coming after you, especially since this
The
one
peelers.
ate Tiger Brown. That's the constables.
Yes.
They're all over Whitechapel, tearing the place apart, looking for the likes of you. If you follow me, I may be able to guide you to safety. But I think you want to be doing something about this stink.
Yes.
Well, it's down in the source, so that works out. I highly doubt that the constabulary is going to want to follow us down there.
Plus, my wagon, he could enter it, and no one else can without my permission. So they'll just open, and inside there's just an empty wagon, so they wouldn't find him.
Oh, he says that'd be fair.
Just in case we get split up or the plan doesn't go according at first, where did you have him in mind?
Well,
The direction for us to head for safety purpose.
I was thinking he wished to go to the sewers to deal with this stink. There's a way that you get there right quick, but you won't like it. You'll have to go through the Shadow Parliament. You gotta seek passage from the six-fingered queen herself.
Why can't we just go into the sewer?
It's true.
Well,
I
you
don't know how long it'll
could,
take.
but the easiest way to get to where the stink is coming from means you gotta go deal with the Shadow Parliament. The sewer is the underground, where there's no light. That's where they dwell.
Sounds marvelous.
They've, yeah, you won't catch me down there.
Oh, I can imagine so.
But that's been the place where the Shadow Parliament meets, where the Order of Blood meets since 1666 in the Great Fire. So I'll take you to the entrance,
A
but
bit too on the nose.
after you get there, you're on your own. You'll need to seek passage through the six-fingered queen.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a jolly good time. Can I see this book?
Well, particularly Mr. Gulliver, perhaps. I appreciate your assistance. I'm sure it'll do us very well. Thank you.
All right. Well, perhaps this will. I owe you a debt, sir, for saving my life.
Well, perhaps this will ease that, cancel it.
That's what I was hoping. Come along then. And he leads you out of the apartment.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you got the cat.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered now. One of the things that I had picked for the
What's
wolf
that?
pack is that our pack eats what it kills. So yes, we definitely
A bunch of people.
ate some people.
Yeah, you ate a bunch of constables, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh well, the Tiger Claws they were called, so.
Yeah.
They were all, it's okay, they were all corrupt constables.
Taken down by the Union Fang.
Yeah, they were Brown's goons, so they
If they
deserved
didn't
it.
want to be eaten by werewolves, then they shouldn't have fought werewolves.
I don't think they're planning on fighting werewolves.
Well, when they saw werewolves, they should have gone, oh no, it's werewolves, I should run.
I love
That's
the
what
logic.
the natural instinct should always be. Oh no, it's werewolves, I'm a squishy human person, I should run.
True.
Oh, it should be what the... I don't know why
It's
she's
just
suddenly
common
John
sense.
Oliver.
I don't know
but-
either.
Yeah, we got some Last Week Tonight going on here.
While we're heading down there, I'm gonna do some
Well,
channeling.
werewolves, I should run.
What was that?
I'm gonna channel some magic.
Oh, okay, cool. So he brings you
Let's see, it's 3.
Skin the Goat using some like secret alleys, maybe some rooftop passages, the back streets. He's able to bring you to this secret passage located in St. Paul's Cathedral. One of the first things built after that 1666 fire. And through
What do you
a
think?
secret tunnel in the crypts, you head down under London. And you are now in like this mix of catacombs, sewers, the underground train, everything that this whole other world below the city.
All right, throw
I'm
this
glad New
in.
York does not look like this. Not
Not
yet.
yet, yeah.
I mean,
So-
it's confusing enough already.
Seriously.
It's not that I don't know exactly where to go. It's just apparently there are vampires between us and there.
Yes.
Well, hopefully the vampires won't be a problem. If not, we
If they're
keyhole.
vampires, there'll be a problem.
Alright, so we keyhole them.
No, we don't kill them immediately.
Not immediately, just in case they start anything. I'm a pirate, not violent.
Not immediately.
Not immediately violent.
If that's true, by bringing down with you.
Well, I can't exactly take them off the ship. What I can do
The
is take...
ship's just beneath the ground floating
Yeah.
behind us.
Why not? Shock and all.
Yeah, I guess so, but they have to manifest in order to affect the physical world, and it's kind of cramped down
You
here.
might destroy the boat.
Fair enough.
I can, however, do this, and I bring out the spyglass. This is the last piece of the Sanguine Tide, physically. This is the actual link that keeps us here. So, I bring this. Perhaps the ship can actually follow us down here. Keep this thing safe, though.
Yeah.
So if it goes, we go.
That sounds like foreshadowing. I don't know if you should have said that.
Yeah, that was,
That's really.
Don't you read books?
Do
It's
I
all
look
very
like
well
the type
read.
of person who's ever read a book in 200 years?
Yes,
To be fair-
actually,
to
yes.
Be fair, at the time of his death, illiteracy was quite common.
That's true. It's very true.
1660s, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like the modern day where nearly 20% of the population can read.
No, which is a fantastic height
That's
of
progress.
human achievement.
Yes.
You guys are saying all this as you like
Yes.
walk on through
Echoey.
this vast
Yeah,
tunnel.
with my werewolf pack behind me, and
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
at
sure
least-
they're all agreeing.
probably the two that are in wolf form. I don't know if there's any reason to bring the whole pack.
Okay, so just bringing you and two of your two wolf buddies.
I feel like, yeah, because I already fight as a small group myself, so I don't want to put the people in the pack in danger that are not currently wolfed out.
That's
It
a good
seems
point.
unfair to them.
So, after a little while, you reach sort of like tunnel narrows just a bit, and there is a link boy, one of those young lads whose job was to just shine a light and guide travelers back and forth through the darkened streets. But he is like a skeleton, all mummified, just wearing like a big ruff and holding up a torch. And this skeleton kind of silently ushers you on.
That's not disconcerting.
I have a flair for the Gothic.
I noticed.
Yeah, he's just a lookout. We have them on our ship, too.
That they do. You go a bit further on, and you reach the entrance to the Shadow Parliament, this like court of vampires. So it is kind of this open catacomb area where a lot of vampires are sort of lounging about, waiting for the sun go down, or waiting for the sun to go down. Maybe looking a little bit bored. Lord Claggett is there, maybe just going through some of his papers. And at the far end, on a big throne carved out of like dark wood, is the Six-Fingered Queen, holding up her severed head.
Ah, so that it is the Headless Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
But as soon as you arrive, some more problems happen. Your arrival is greeted by a bunch of barks and a bunch of howls as the werewolf guards, the Howling Hussars, who caused you guys, you to run in with them in our very first arc, come,
Disgusting. We haven't.
No, not yet, Will.
not you guys, I meant you as players.
Yes.
Yes.
You as
Howling
humans,
Hussars.
not fictional characters.
Humans.
Yes. They've appeared before in this series, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
In the first arc, right?
Yes.
I know these guys.
Oh, you're right. You actually have had a run in
Yes.
with them.
They're
So-
terrible. They'll kill us.
I highly
Don't
doubt
piss
it.
them off.
I assume the barking and rabid nonsense of their gibbering mouths.
So this platoon squat pack, that's the word I'm looking for. This pack of, in like a cavalry formation of werewolves comes charging around the bone piles and the old coffins, rushing over to meet you, led by Ludwig, who after Nick's character kind of deposed, Andre Anescu, who might make a return in our upcoming arc.
Are these, are they all in wolf form? Like,
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Looks like they've all advanced their corruption moves.
I would say so.
Corrupt.
Yeah.
These are like, the military arm of Ordo Sanguis. So they're charging in guard dog mode to, attack. What are you guys doing?
Well, we did kind of bring a small army down here.
I mean, not really.
You guys have about a second before they're upon you.
I'm
My
gonna,
queen.
I'm
Or
gonna
not my
burn
queen,
away.
but
My lady.
yeah, my lady.
I'm gonna burn one of my hold to give us all +1 armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you all got that armor.
We got +1 armor there.
Yeah, armor +1 from me.
Cool. Everybody gets an armor +1 from me if they decide to do what I do, which is I am charging as a werewolf.
Well, I think before you
boy.
do that, let's let Livingston roll Persuade to get the Six-Fingered Queen's attention here and try to. I think he wants to persuade her to do something. Is that?
Speak first, roll first.
What do you tell her? What do you call out to her?
Passage. That's all we wish to have is passage, and perhaps the devastation of a mutual enemy.
Okay, roll Persuade.
Persuade is what, spirit?
Heart.
Heart. Heart.
Is it his heart? Yes. 7. Not the best, but it's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. She holds up her hands. The
Don't speak the best. not while sweating.
Howling Hussars sort of cease their barking. They come to a stop and they're doing the nasty guard dog thing, just growling, showing their teeth.
We're growling back at them, me and my pack.
We don't want
I
to
feel like
dog
that's what
fight.
we have to do.
No, that makes sense.
This is dog stuff. This
Display
is,
dominance.
This is wolf shit.
Yeah, it's a growl party going on down there.
Yeah.
So Six-Fingered Queen turns her head from her throne to look at you, and it says you would seek passage.
That is all. We are not here to start any fights or to avenge anybody or to ask any favors beyond just passage.
And she says, "This does intrigue me. You are not the only ones moving around here in the dark. And our power is somewhat lessened than it once was." And Claggett sidles up next to her and it's like, "Your Majesty, these individuals have been a thorn in our side, particularly that ghostly ragamuffin of the waves."
Up yours too, buddy.
Yes, exactly.
Not
And
helping.
The queen's used to this. Sorry.
She's met you before too.
And this one, as you can see, is more beast than woman, and her family has caused me no end of hardships. I've heard she attempted to turn Dracula against me.
Are you and Dracula associated?
Well,
My impression was that he was fighting the lot of you. And that was information that I provided to Molly, who's a very dear friend of mine, as a matter of fact.
fair enough. But, I should say that a wolf should not involve herself in matters of gentlemen or bats. And you so clumsily inserted yourself.
I'll have you know I rolled a 10 on that. Well, that was the last game that she did.
No.
So he's like, my queen, if you would let them venture through your lands, may I at least accompany them? Or shall we at least find out the reason why they're down here? And then I can go and keep an eye on them if they are up to no good.
We are tracking down Jack the Ripper. I know very well where he is. I would like to go kill him now.
And stop whatever nefarious thing he is doing with all those body parts.
Not to mention the stink up in London.
The Six-Fingered Queen says, the Ripper is responsible for this?
As far as we can tell, yes.
He definitely is. I have his scent.
Yes, we had a run-in with him not too long ago, actually.
Not
me
too
and
long
the Diego here, which he has openly claimed to be the Ripper and has aligned himself with the forces of Dracula. We saw him with the form of Renfield.
And Dracula
Oh.
has every intention of destroying your organization, and we believe that this stench is tied to a ritual that he is performing to try to create very many more vampires that will be allied to him rather than to you.
So whatever power you have lost, supposedly, will only diminish with his success, unless we can stop it.
Okay, so the Six-Fingered Queen says, "This we do not want. We will allow you passage, but the condition is our servant, Claggett, will accompany you." And Lord Claggett says, "A tiresome errand, but
I must inform
I'm-
you that if he interferes with our business in any way, we will kill him.
oh yes, the usual threats. Well, I shall try
Not
my
a
best."
threat, a promise.
Duly noted. I shall try my best to stay out of your way.
And
We'll be watching you, Claggett.
Yes, I think we can all agree to this proposition.
And so the Six-Fingered Queen says, "You may go ahead, but you are not the only one to venture down here.
Oh?
There was someone else who had your smell on him, the immortal Dorian Gray.
No, Dorian's down here.
what could he be up to?
He was here recently, sneaking around in the dark.
I'll say we've never shagged in a sewer before, but I didn't really fancy the prospect of it.
Oh, Lord.
I don't see how.
So with that, Claggett will lead you on.
Did I say that aloud?
You did. You said that very
Yes,
loudly that we
very
all heard
loudly.
it.
I thank you, Queen.
We thank you very much. We appreciate.
So
Pleasure is always, Your Majesty.
yeah, her she gives her severed head a little nod there. Yeah. A queenly nod from the severed head. So
Thankfully, she forgot I owed her anything. Not saying that out loud.
I mean, you're doing her will right now.
You know, I've written down Headmaster Thorne on my sheet 5 times, I think.
Well, he's important. He's Jack the Ripper, so that can be good. You guys head further on. Claggett going with you. The catacombs through a crack in the wall. You enter the actual sewer area. Stink's getting real bad. In fact, I'm gonna say if you actually, Roxanne, you got that sensitive nose. And our two human characters, this will really affect you, but the two human, maybe I'll make the roll a little less for them. Unless you have some means of dealing with the stench. Because it's going to be like, not necessarily hurting you yet, but it might be something you gotta...
Could I use my magic to create a sort of buffer around us using my elemental, the powers of the elements? Create a buffer of swirling air, fresh air to keep it.
Sort of a magic Febreze.
Yes, essentially. Magic for bees in general vicinity around us.
Okay, that's cool. Would you use one of your powers you channel from this, or would you?
It'd be my elementalism, but that's only really for attacking, so I probably have to. It's something a little more
Right.
non-directed at a specific thing.
Why don't you roll Let It Out and see how we do there. We'll see how effective it is. But I like this
Let it out,
idea.
spirits. That's okay. That's a 10.
Nice.
Whoa. Alright, so with that one, I'll say you're able to make that magical wind go around all your human and werewolf buddies. So, because of that,
Thank you.
Stinks not so much an issue. Not so much that you're like paralyzed and vomiting, at least.
Yes.
Still smells bad.
I'm just floating through saying, what's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, probably everything smelled this bad when you were alive.
Let us keep smoking cloves back to back. Have a decent smell.
I mean, up until you made the fresh air, I've just been focused on, like, smelling for Jack the Ripper to, like, distract myself.
So, through this kind of gap in the walls there, you enter this large sewer area. There was sort of like a pumping station kind of like an ornate. If you actually look at you look up the Great Stink, you can see the pumping station. It's a fairly ornate, like Victorian style chamber with very like high walls covered in gears, cogs, panels, that sort of thing. That's definitely got sort of a steampunk vibe to it. Lots of cool engravings of the British Empire's glories and the spirit of industry and all that. But right now, it has been taken over for this horrible ritual. At the center, there is this nasty cauldron full of this reddish ichor, bubbling, spitting, sending out tendrils of smoke that are wafting up into London.
Don't you have a way of teleporting things, like, away?
I don't know if it's going to work in this situation. That was a very rare circumstance.
Well, there were some other problems here. The one stir in the pot is, of course, Renfield. Give him the bad work, with like just a bandana wrapped around him, his mouth there, just working it through the big ladle.
Coolish figure.
And walking around observing things, you got, of course, Count Dracula himself. Also, Jack the Ripper, a.k.a. Headmaster Thorne. And there's a few more. There's, sadly, some other things. Dangling from the ceiling is Tutmosis X, that poor mummy who was kidnapped. You guys tried to save him, but you could not, and they've been, looks like he's been, like, branded with some arcane runes that would cause even him pain. So they're torturing this poor mummy for his information. But what's perhaps even worse than that is Dorian Gray is there. And with him, who is tied up and perhaps struggling against him, but just unable to overcome Dorian Gray, is young Lord Wilkie Wallace Wintersmith.
So wait, is Dorian Gray tied up, or does he have Lord
Nope,
Wilkie?
Gray is just walking around.
Gray's helping him.
Yeah. Are you guys... You can probably like see us a little bit through a crack, but they're going to notice you unless you want to do something stealthy. What's your plan here?
An 8-foot-tall wolf monster.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be like, you're looking ahead a bit. They're going to notice you real fast unless you do something.
I'm going to make a distraction. Is that +1 armor you gave us still up?
Yep.
Okay.
It's up until the
I rely on the rest
Yeah,
of
until the end of the scene.
Yeah, it's only been like maybe 10,
I rely
15
on the
minutes or
rest
so.
of you to do something clever in the meantime.
Okay.
And then I'm just charging in. Maybe with the other 2 wolves, I don't know if I have to roll.
You get that
I just have to
guy.
roll pack alpha
does
on
have
that.
Yeah, because it's,
So-
you know, rushing into this
Yeah.
not so great situation.
Can we get the Gatling gun first?
She has the Gatling gun.
Oh, you're gonna run it with the Gatling gun? Okay. I don't know.
Oh, Patrick, you have to see one of the pencils there.
Yes.
It's an 8. So
Okay, this
I
is
get
to
to
inflict your
choose
will?
1.
Not inflict your will. Pack alpha is
Pack alpha.
what I mean there.
So I guess what I don't understand is they don't fight back about it versus they do what you want. Like, so if they don't fight back about it, but they don't do what I want,
Yeah, those seem to be contradictory.
right?
I think what it means is like they'll do what you want, but like they might be a little
Right.
miffed about it later.
Gotcha. So like they can not do like I see how it works. Like I can not do what they want, but I don't have to fight with them because I made an example of one of them. Or they don't do what I want, and I avoid making an example out of one of them by getting in a fight. So I'm gonna go with they don't fight back about it. Like, so I'm going alone. So I'm not even. I just snarl cowards at them, and then I'm in.
They're like, I believe that's Dracula. You pick some cowardly werewolves. Maybe the poodle is there.
Right?
I don't want to just charge in.
He can turn into a poodle monster at any. I give him a bitch slap to make an example, and then I'm in. So I am being reckless. If you jump right into danger without hedging your bets, you get an armor of +1. If you're leading
Yeah.
a group, the group also gets an armor of +1, but nobody else is. So.
All right.
But that
Well,
means I have +3 armor right now.
Let's have you jump in and you just smash into the center. We'll get to your cool entries in just a second. But I think Livingston has been You got a plan here?
I was gonna tell Assault. Things look pretty fucking bad right now.
Oh, very bad.
They're about to get a lot worse in 0.3 seconds.
Yes.
They just got worse.
It's just got worse. The other ones didn't go in with her.
The only thing I can possibly think of is you go that way, I go this way. We meet with her in the middle because if we stay split up, we're all going to die.
Yeah. Okay, I'm cool with that.
I fight like a small group.
I know
So
you do.
if I can, I'd like to roll
She needs
best
support.
laid plans.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
The best laid plans of mice and men.
Not good, but it's 7. So,
Hey, that's
I
better
get
than a 3.
Yeah, the Livingston luck is not affecting us.
I get 2 hold, and there's nothing bad that happens.
Okay.
Because I just don't get all the max hold.
Whoa,
I can spend
cool.
your hold 1 for 1 regardless of the distance while the plan is being carried out.
Okay,
As long
yeah.
as we're going like that to meet up with her.
Yeah.
then,
All right, so you're kind of calling the shots, getting everyone into position.
Is there like a
You're
second
running
floor in this
right
room?
right?
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah,
jumping
it's
in.
like there's kind of a
Right, so
second
our
like,
goal
sort of
is to
balcony
kind of
overlooking
help you left
the
and
main
right.
pumping
Yeah.
Cool.
control
What
panel
are,
there.
what's the advantage? Is there any for me, or is it just
Just
you?
for us two.
Okay.
So that's
just
2
checking.
to get to you because you got the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so as soon as we walk into the room, I'm going to teleport up to the second floor.
Okay.
Hold for that. So I'm giving some cover fire from a higher elevation.
All right, and what's Captain Diego doing?
I'm going to spend a corruption point. I'll just gain 1 corruption. Just to be touched, and I can touch the physical world. Then I'm going to use wood wall to have my ship just sail past everything and grab each of the prisoners that are chained up.
Whoa. Okay. That's very cool. I do want you to roll a let it out. See how it goes.
It's okay. Do I roll let it out or escape for wood wall?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, escape would be the better one. Roll with.
Alright, that's a 5. That's already good. That's another 5. That's a 12 altogether.
Just come in and drop the danger back
And no
to
one
0.
can see. No one can see us, but we can touch
Like
things.
I said, I'm doing the distraction here.
Yeah. So you zoom through with the 10.
And I'm just going to bring someone with me. No harmful effects.
So I guess Lord Loki.
Huh? I'm going to try for everyone. If I
Okay.
can.
Isn't that just Tetmusis and Lord Wilkie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 2.
It's only 2 people chained up. All right, so let's
I mean,
grab them.
one child and one mummy. So.
Obviously, Wilkie first.
So you got 10 plus.
Yep, 10 plus 12.
Okay. That's really good. So you pull it off, but you do have to pick one of those.
The
Suffer
extra
some
option.
harm.
The
Oh.
extra option is I can choose to bring someone with me.
Oh, I see.
So they use that. No negative.
Right.
effects.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. You were able to just zoom your ghost ship through, save the hostages.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
So we'll see where you take them. Wilkie, very confused. Tutmosis, also confused.
Don't question it, lads. This happens all the time.
Is this
The
happening?
mummy's like, what?
Yeah.
What's going
So all
on?
at the same time.
This is all happening at the same time.
Yes. So,
We're not even in there.
Yeah,
Wall-
they're not it. You guys aren't in it yet.
We're just about.
so while this ghostly ship is going by, rescuing the prisoners, what are you doing?
No one can
I've-
see.
Roxanne.
I went in shooting with the Gatling gun.
Whoa.
I established that.
All right, I
Yeah,
thought you were
man,
gonna like. Okay, just want
No.
to be sure.
Didn't even care. Jack the Ripper is the target
Okay.
because he's the one that is my prey right now. I'm on the hunt for him, so clearly he's the one that gets hurt first.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's blood.
Yeah, this is you're attacking him with a Gatling gun, so you're let it out.
Just gonna.
Wait,
gonna
let
No,
it-
sorry, unleash an attack. My mistake.
Okay, I'm like, why let it out? Okay.
Yeah, I read it wrong. Unleash an attack.
That's a 10.
That's good.
Even,
Nice.
even with the fumble, you still rolled really well.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, because I got confused. It's
I
like,
know.
wait, what?
Just like you let him go, like, wait, oh, damn it.
Yeah, my bad.
So
Okay.
good. Still a good roll. Still a good roll.
So-
10's pretty. Yeah, 10's hefty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Take it any day.
So I'm going to inflict terrible harm. I'm going to take something from... Oh, it's just choose one. I'm inflicting terrible harm
With a Gatling gun.
on Jack the
Boom, boom,
Ripper.
boom, boom, boom.
So,
okay.
And that the gun itself does 4 harm. So
5.
that's 5. Now, I also inflict extra harm. Oh, that's for my natural weapon. So
Yeah.
If I was clawing at him, then that would be something.
Tear the head,
Although
tear the head off at the spine.
It straight up says you inflict +1 harm when transformed, but I'm guessing that means to my natural weaponry,
Yeah.
not to anything.
Huge
Gatling
gap.
guns.
All right. Well,
It's loud and messy because I'd imagine even if he's alive after being shot full on with a Gatling gun, he doesn't have legs anymore.
He's probably in critical condition.
Yeah,
but
you want
that's
to,
my guess. That's my guess.
well, I will say this. I mean, Thorne's a powerful wizard. He's got some magister protecting him, just like Assault can throw down some armor.
Yeah.
However, even the greatest of wizards cannot survive being machine gunned.
Well, and this was out of nowhere. It's not like they were expecting it.
Yeah.
A chance to armor. That's why I wanted to go first. Was I know this guy's a wizard.
Yeah.
I want him dead.
So I will say, what limb do you want him to lose?
His hand.
I mean, hand's not a limb. Limb would be the whole arm.
I know.
I mean, he does lose the hand with
I'm
it, though.
just saying.
It's
I'm just
tradition.
I feel like he would have a very hard time casting spells without his right arm, and so that's what's gone.
Ooh. All right, so you just like...
Yeah.
Spells require hand motions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Focus eye.
So it's just he has no arm anymore.
Yeah, the bullets
just
just like riddle him with lead, and his arm is just rips free.
I mean, I would know if he was left-handed
Nice.
because I was like in his school for like 12 years. But
You think that right hand was the one that was like giving you the caning?
yeah,
All those other-
if he was right-handed, I took his right arm. If he was left-handed, I took his left.
All right.
But
Took
back
his-
at
he took
that,
his dominant
honestly,
arm.
back at that time, everybody was right-handed. Like they forced you to be right-handed if you weren't.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did, and I'm sure like
Still do, yeah.
we can probably tell from forensic stuff if Jack the Ripper was right-handed or not.
Yeah. So whichever
maybe-
whichever hand he was killing people with is the one that's gone now.
All right. You have taken out his arm.
Yeah.
He falls back against the cauldron, clutching his stump in pain there. But now they definitely know you here. They're gonna do some stuff. He's gonna need a little bit to recover, but he's not out of it just yet.
Now, is it I have to reload at the next turn?
Yeah.
This thing? Okay. Got it.
So yeah, I mean, you like went through the whole magazine there.
I wasn't sure if it just hit him or if it would like hit other people because it's machine gunny.
All right. So I'm gonna say.
I do fight like a small group, so I might have hit more people.
Roxanne, I want you to roll keep your cool as Renfield's going to try and attack you.
Okay.
Just like you can just jump on your back.
Yeah. Let's see. That's spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 7.
Okay. You can either take less harm, or he's going to get you in kind of a... He's going to pull out like kind of a silver garrote.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you can pull out that silver garrote.
This is a good thing to her.
Oh, right.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that. I mean, it's still a nasty garrote, though.
Yeah, sure. He can,
But he'll
he
basically
can
like... It will,
definitely try to hurt me right now.
it will require... So either he will do some damage... He will either do some damage to you with like... Probably some like ritual knives he's pulling out of his coat. Because Renfield... It's been a little while since I read Dracula, but he never actually got to be a vampire. He just...
No, he didn't.
In fact, he even got a little bit of redemption at the end, as I remember, before he died. Not this Renfield, though.
Nope.
Not this guy.
I would say that she will let him try to do damage to her.
Okay, well, here's the option. So I'm giving you kind of a choice.
Okay.
So we could either do like, I would say the enchanted dagger he's going to wield is going to take out the magical armor that was given to you, or he's going to put you in kind of like a stun lock. So either you'll have to spend a turn getting rid of him, like maybe the garrote's not actually choking you to death, but you have to like pull him off there,
Okay.
or one of your allies will have to use their turn to remove him from your
We'll
back.
say that he gets me in the stun lock then.
Okay, so yeah, so he gets this kind of
Like, I would say that he uses a silver garrote thinking that'll work because I'm a werewolf, and then it's just basically he's got me in a headlock because of it.
So he just kind of tries to strangle you down.
Like this
Just
should
like a
be
lasso.
this should be cutting through her armor. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Also, I'm thinking Dracula do something kind of bad to you. Let's say you roll keep your cool one more time.
Okay. All of these ones instead. Let's see how that goes.
Nice.
Oh, that's much better.
Well,
that is a 10.
Nice.
Dracula doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
He tries to do something, and I just wheel Renfield around, and Renfield's feet go whap whap.
Ah!
Renfield will be punished for this.
Master, I'm sorry. He's wailing. Alright, so meanwhile, Dorian Gray's kind of like sitting off to the side watching everything. Mildly interested.
I give him a wink.
He's an evil guy.
So what?
That's true. Granted.
What is Livingston doing?
He had an aesthetic reason for doing this, I'm sure.
I'm sure he did.
If I can creep up on somebody in the mayhem, I will. If not, I will go in on the opposite side, guns blazing, to try to meet up with her then, so that they start seeing two, things going on.
I feel like you can creep up on Renfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get up on somebody, I will.
I would say so. You want to take a shot at Renfield?
Yeah, I'd like to. I was trying to escalate this
Okay.
basically in a terrible way. Gun to a knife fight is what I was trying to do, basically.
That will do it.
I mean, it's pretty much a gun to a gun fight at this.
Give me unleash an attack.
I don't have guns yet.
They don't. We have.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Sweet, I get to add that, so that is 10.
Nice.
I get to
Whoa.
do mine with my gun to a
Nice,
knife
yeah.
fight. Yeah, so 10.
All right, so you're picking one from the top list. Terrible
It's like
harm
the
or
aware
take something from
sharpshooter.
him.
World mine instead of blood.
If he takes something from him, does
Would
that
you-
mean that he releases his hold of me?
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay, so you just like blasts and you like maybe shoot. Well, how much damage do you do?
Well,
With
that
the
would be a
revolver there.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like shoulder shot pretty badly,
There we go.
and because of this, he loses his grip on that rope, and also like the impact of the bullet knocks him off your back, Roxanne. All right, what is Assault doing?
I'm gonna throw down some damage at the injured Jack the Ripper, Menelaus.
All right, Menelaus Thorne. Yeah, attack the headmaster there.
That's excellent. That's a 12.
Nice.
Whoa.
Because
I feel like
I'm burning a corruption to use my
Are you gonna kill him?
spirit. I'm gonna try to.
I mean, he's pretty hurt.
Yeah, I think this might be his end.
Yeah. So it's 3 harm close. So I'm just gonna.
All right, well you got a 10, so you could. Do you want to inflict terrible harm or take? some
Yeah,
damage?
I'm gonna do inflict terrible harm.
Explode
Okay.
his head. Can she explode his head?
I am gonna grab him by the face and just send a arc of lightning down.
All right. I mean, this is like a how do you want to do this? So
Did you just scanners him?
Yeah, I just grab him by the face, and there's just a bolt of electricity that arcs down my arm into him, and then suddenly there's just a scorch mark across this cauldron. As
okay.
he slumps to the ground with a cauterized wound.
And no head.
Yes.
Well, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
It's a bolt of lightning. So
Yeah.
it's up to you.
I'm thinking this is gonna take him out.
Okay, for 4 harm.
He manages. Do you want to say like a final thing before he goes?
Okay.
Wow.
Just die. And yeah, you couldn't
Just
think of anything.
die.
You just
All
couldn't
right.
think of anything. You didn't expect to kill him.
Well, you did. The lightning burns through. Headmaster Thorne, aka Jack the Ripper, collapses across the cauldron. His eyes looking up at you kind of pleadingly. He thought you were meant for better things, but you chose this path. He
Not a bad
collapses,
path.
and you can see that, yeah, he had that knife that caused so much terror and pain burning in his hand as it falls to the ground.
That's one down. I was like, I call out loudly to the rest of the group.
Nice.
What's Captain Diego doing?
Well, we've got our rescuees on the ship. So I'm gonna talk to Wilkie and the Feral, say hello. Never actually met you.
Greetings?
Yeah, greetings, welcome aboard. You're dead, you fit right at home, my friend.
Well, I have just recently learned your language. I do apologize any errors. I'm used to speaking the tongue of the Nile.
It's alright, it's English. You make mistakes, it's natural. But seriously, Loki, how do we stop whatever's going on in that cauldron?
He says, I suppose I can work on it. It might be quite difficult. I might need a little bit more time, but, if I can get the right spells and perhaps some magical assistance, I could slow it down there. But that Dracula fellow is still about, and along with Mr. Gray, who seemed very nice when he dropped by the apartment, but evidently he is a rogue and a villain.
I could have told you that.
We all could have told you that. What? We have everything on the ship. They can help you get prepared. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go down there and help my friends. Gonna spend one corruption to turn into my demon form.
Oh,
And
you
then
just
level-
level.
Yes,
He
levels
levels
my
his
corruption. Again, I'm going to take Siphon, which will allow me to heal. So, turn into a crab. Wish me luck. And I'm going to invoke Adept
Good luck, sir!
to appear right where Ysault is.
Jeez.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
me in.
You teleport right in. Would
Yeah,
you like to...
Sure.
I'll let you get off like a single attack or a single action against the Cauldron or Dracula.
alright, well, he's on the ship getting ready to do his thing. I'm gonna fight Dracula. Crab to bat.
Whoa. Alright. Give me Unleash an attack. That crustacean boarding axe against Dracula.
Ooh,
12.
Hey.
Whoa. Very intense. Okay.
Hot damn.
Which one of those top two are you picking?
alright, so I'm going to inflict terrible harm. So, with my demon form, that is +5 harm altogether.
Whoa.
Oh my
Necessary.
god.
Demon form.
You want
adds
to take?
+1 harm.
You want to take Dracula's hand?
I want to take this hand, yes. The same hand he offered me.
Whoa. Dracula raises his hands. You can see like the claws. He's doing the vampire like at you, and you take off his hand.
Where's Claggett?
Cowardly in the background.
Yeah, he's watching everything. Just
He's not getting involved.
Yeah, Claggett likes to
Likely
kind of.
expected him to get involved.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Claggett likes to sit back there. So Dracula, he like looks around. He's like, you could have ruled this place by my side. I was always looking for new consorts. Instead, you shall join the rest of this country.
Consort. Wait, that was you coming on to me?
Of course!
Well, flattered, mate, but I don't really have the capability anymore.
I mean, you just cut off his arms, apparently you do.
All things are possible, even overcoming this injury. Anything to bring this kingdom to its knees and take my place as the ruler I deserve to be. Instead, I'll see you all on the stake. And he is going to summon a nasty swarm of bats. They're going to start boiling. They were like all set up in the rafter ceiling area, and they start all rushing down in a horrific biting swarm. So I'm gonna need to keep your cool from. You're okay because you're like right next to him, but from Ysault, from Livingston, and from Roxanne, as these bats just come rushing down, attacking, biting, clawing.
Little things keep happening to my friends.
Got a 9.
Kind of 8.
5 for me.
Okay.
0 spirit.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. The 9.
All heart and mind.
I'm gonna say. What did you get, Ken?
I got a 9.
Okay. What did you get?
I got an 8.
Ysault. Okay. I'm gonna say your shield is gone, and you take the 1 level of harm.
Okay.
You can write like some nasty bat bites. Livingston, you got a 5.
Yep. That's a miss.
All right, you're gonna lose the shield, and you're gonna take another. You're gonna take not faint harm. I'm gonna say this is like grievous harm.
Into 1.
Yeah, 1 level of grievous harm. You can like it's blood loss. Like
Yeah.
the bats are just clustering on you. You know they're vampire bats.
So like
Just
piercings.
biting. Yeah, lots of blood just running down you. Roxanne, you got an 8?
9.
Oh, you got 9. Okay, I'll just say like this: you lose. Did you lose the shield already?
I didn't lose the shield already.
Okay.
So I lost the shield.
Yes, you lost the shield, but the bats, that's about as far as they get.
Yeah.
But they're still all around, like, just... You can't do much of anything as this swarms all over you.
Yeah, I was like +1.
Alright, Roxanne, what are you doing?
Well, can I do something? Or
Um,
the swarms on me?
Well, you can maybe do something like get rid of the swarm or help some friends out, but it's like...
It's fine.
What do you think you would do here?
I am cashing in my debt with Dorian.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And I'm cashing in my debt with Dorian to lend a hand in my efforts.
So what do you call to him?
I say, Dorian, this is fun and games and all, but can you just kill this twat? He keeps going on about how great he is, and quite honestly, I find him insufferable and aesthetically unpleasing.
Oh, well, you have me there. He is most tiresome. I thought his idea of turning everyone into vampires would be fun.
I was right.
Must I kill him?
He's just so dreadfully boring. It would really turn me on if you would kill him.
Oh, well, you always know just what to say. So yeah, he will honor that debt, so you don't owe him no more there. Alright. And
I mean, I feel like with the bats going around, Renfield's right next to me, so I might be able to grab Renfield, but other than that...
okay, well I'll say like you kind of use your energy to concentrate to Dorian.
Yeah. That's
So he just pulls like a very fancy inlaid with scroll work silver revolver and takes a shot at Dracula, blasting him from the side. Because Dracula's distracted by the sudden pain, he's not quite able to keep the bats focused on attacking everybody. So now the bats have kind of pulled around. They're still swarming, flying everywhere, making everything hard to see. You get lots of leathery wings bashing against your faces, but they're not quite on you, draining your blood like they were. Cool. Assault. You hear from behind you, Claggett, saying, "Oh, if only there was someone you had with you who could help with bats."
Oh, Claggett. Somehow I still don't trust you.
I'll assist you in dispelling these vermin if you agree to ensure my safety, particularly concerning your ghostly and werewolf companion.
They really want you dead.
Really?
And
Indeed, that's why I'm making this deal with you. So you will stop them from killing me.
Can any of them hear this conversation? Is just between me and him at the moment.
He's sort of like whispering to you with some psychic vampire.
You also want him dead. It's something we bonded over.
I know.
I'm trying to do what I can to stay alive.
But this particular, I'm not too. I don't have a murder hard on for Claggett, honestly. These small fries compared to everything else going on.
It's the theme of the group.
Look, all I did was
Sure.
arrange the demise of his ship and then get in a feud with her family.
And
That
your
sounds like-
family.
Oh yes, that is
the
well.
Fays don't hold that bad for grudge, to be honest.
I just want this bad blood, so to speak, to end. So I'm trying to offer you.
I didn't hear any of it. I was
I know.
Yeah.
but you know,
But boy, we'd have some things to say if we could.
right?
Yes.
I'll try my best to keep you safe.
Okay, so you owe a debt to Claggett. No, you owe a debt to Claggett.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, he is going to use some bat sonar himself into the swarm around you, setting the bats fluttering out of the way, going to safety, so they're not attacking you anymore. However, as they are gone, you notice that Dracula has gone away as well. The cauldron, a little bit less full. But
Oh.
before you can, Livingston, before you notice anything, before you can like really examine it, Renfield, he gets like an old bucket, grabs a bucketful of some of that stinky blood soup, and is charging around, preparing to throw it at you.
Can I use my teleportation magic to teleport the bucket out of his hands and back into the cauldron?
Oh, let's see. Roll let it out, see if you can.
You have a chance, let it out, since I'm near you.
Yeah. That's an 8.
Dang.
Yeah, I can't use. I wouldn't help me using one of your points, would it?
Okay.
No, it'll only get you up to 9.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
So-
Wait,
Nine.
though. Can I assist in some way? I can't really.
Well,
I mean, I could by grabbing Renfield, if that could count as an assist for this action.
yeah, I can
And
see
then there
that.
could be that point.
Or you could like, try and pull Livingston out of the way.
I mean, it's only corruption. It's not a big deal. It's only corruption. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Corruption
let it out,
so-
right?
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a big deal. So I'll take the corruption, and I'm going to take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed, and that's him exposing these plans to Splash. I'm going to teleport the contents of the bucket back into the cauldron.
All right. Splash is right in there. Now he's just right in front of you, Livingston, with an empty bucket.
Hey, Renfield.
Oh no.
Can I attack him now, please?
Well, it's Livingston's turn, but if he's gonna step aside, what do you want to do, Livingston?
So he came out with the bucket, right?
Yeah, I mean, you might need Dracula's
Yeah,
gone.
with your
You
bucket.
might need him alive.
And he came out with the bucket. So, is he like, am I able to just like step aside and as he like sort of stumbles by or something like that? Is he like charging literally?
Yeah.
Where's Dorian Gray?
He's a bit like kind of behind you.
Can I turn around and shoot him?
Why are you shooting Dorian? Dorian was helping us.
I don't think so.
Was he really?
I don't think he was.
It's your choice to make, man.
I don't know if I would advise doing that.
I have no loyalty to Gray.
I mean, what I saw was him there helping, walking around.
He did take a shot at Dracula. You saw him do that.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah, I
right.
did call in a debt with him with the promise of sexual relations.
But if that's the only reason he's on our side...
Yeah, that's it, really.
That's a flimsy one, to be honest.
Well,
Afterwards, you can still go back to being evil. It's just one time.
I mean, this is pretty much guarantee he will. She's like, yeah, that's an accurate statement about Dorian Gray.
It's true.
Okay, then I guess I'll hold off on that, even though I'll probably shoot him the next time I see him. I'll try to just gun butt Mr. Renfield.
Renfield,
As
okay.
he comes at me.
Give me
sort
a-
of like, you idiot.
Ooh, give me an unleash and attack.
8.
Nice.
All right, pretty solid. I will say. So you can pick one, take something from him, inflict terrible harm. I mean, you're really
he
trying to
already
harm.
lost his weapon to me, so...
Yeah, but like, are you really trying to like totally injure him, or are you just trying
Knock
to
him the
like?
hell out, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I didn't shoot, I just...
Right. I'll say an 8 does it then. You know, he's not super strong. Just a normal guy. You give him a quick bash with the pistol butt, and he falls back and collapses on the ground. So for the moment, combat is over.
Cool. I'm declaring a hunt on Dracula. That means that I hit my 5 corruption. I'm taking the corruption move of 1 with the beast mark corruption to add 2 qualities to your transformation until the end of the session, which I will do right now to add an additional +1 armor, and you're all but immune to magical attacks while transformed.
Hey.
And I'll roll blood to try to track Dracula down.
Ooh, all
I'm
right.
going to offer assistance to you,
Go for it.
because I have his hand. Right in
Yeah.
my hand.
Oh, yeah. Let me
Pretty
smell that
handy.
hand.
So roll knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll her faction there.
So that's a 9.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
Not that she needed it.
That is that. So that's with the additional +1.
15.
Oh
That's the
wow!
highest amount you almost.
All right.
So that means I get a +1 forward against him, and I know exactly where to find him.
Okay, well that's some good news.
I still get the role-playing thing of, here. Got the smell? Got the smell?
Yeah, maybe the hand is what does it.
I guess I have fingers. I don't need to do the dog point. I'm just like, yeah, he's that way.
So you definitely know Dracula has gone above ground. He's powerful enough to handle the sunlight, Though it is kind of early evening right now. Twilight, I suppose.
No.
Like that great book. And where he is Hyde Park.
Yeah, I figured.
So he's heading, he's going to take out Queen Victoria at that Crystal Jubilee.
Okay, I'm going after him at full wolfy speed.
All right.
I'm going to try to convince my pack again to do something.
Okay, you bringing the rest of the crew along
Queen is
here?
in danger.
It's like, you know what I'm going to say. And yes, that's a 10 this time. So they do what I want. They don't fight back about it. And they don't have to make an example out of one of them. So, we must save our queen. She's in dire trouble.
God save the Queen.
We are all royal wolves after all. Which is true, we are all wolves.
Yeah.
So,
The poodle says, "You go ahead. I will.
I don't have to make an example of
I'll defend the rear of the column."
He's the vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
I tossed them
Dracula.
Headmaster. I had tossed them Headmaster Thorne severed arm and go a snack.
Ooh.
That's
They're
it.
full of energy now.
Yeah.
This arm caned me once. Good to get some revenge.
So Thorne's dead.
Yeah, Thorne's dead.
Oh, you
The Ripper's
Yes,
dead.
Thorne is dead.
Huh. I wonder, Mary Jane Kelly, is she moving on by any chance now that her killer is dead? Are any of them moving on?
You look back and you can see, like, amongst your crew, a few of them have, like, kind of starting to fade away into nothing. Mary Jane Kelly is starting to fade away.
Huh.
And she's like, "Well, I helped you find him. I've served my purpose. I've done the thing that kept me here." "Well, thank you, Captain. I hope the same to you. And I'm realizing that perhaps it's not so much that there was a great task needed doing, though that was part of it, but there's also, I had to accept it myself. I had to make the choice. So somewhere inside of you, you make the choice to move on. Perhaps that's all it will really take."
All this time? After 200 years? Really?
It was always inside of you. God,
Yeah.
that sounds like a bad romance novel.
It's a very Wizard of Oz thing, but she says, "But think about this, Captain.
She said.
It was always inside of you?" Yeah. But think about this, Captain. If you had chosen to leave, if you did not think there was something keeping you here, you wouldn't have helped me and so many others. And Wilkie's like, "And you wouldn't have saved my life, sir. So perhaps there's something to be said for staying behind."
Perhaps so. Maybe staying here with you lot isn't so bad after all.
I mean, I already left.
She's on a gun. It's
What are you
just us
saying
two.
yeah.
I know Roxanne feels it in her heart. I hope.
I mean, when I first met you, when you first
I feel nothing.
Only
when I
hunger.
first met you,
I'm more corrupt.
I could care less for you, but in these past couple of days, weeks, I don't know how long it's been since this has all been going on.
At least a
It's-
couple of weeks, I think.
It's been good to get to know you, and I'm glad to call you friend. And I would understand if you moved on, but if you stayed, I'd also understand as well.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, guess what?
Oh no.
Intimacy. I care about you.
Not. No, I already had that from last time.
You have it again.
Double intimacy. Oh, well.
So what? It's a minus
no.
2
Minus
now?
1 to escape.
It's just -1.
Okay.
Minus 1 to escape.
Well, you might not need to escape. Instead, you guys need to get from here to Hyde Park. She's just charging out. I'll be like, I'm sure some wolves can just burst out of the sewers and get
Is
up
the
there.
stink neutralized? The great stink neutralized?
Oh.
Because I know that Wilkie was working on that.
Yeah, Wilkie and was able to,
Tutmosis.
and with Tutmosis, I mean, he's too great. I mean, he's still learning, but he's got some good magical skills. He's able to like calm it down, and Tutmosis definitely knows what to do.
Okay.
And while this is going on, Tutmosis kind of beckons over to you,
Yes, Tutmosis.
and he says, "There is a giant serpent that tries to devour the sun every night. The solar barge has to go past it. order to sail and bring light to the day. You have made a deal with this serpent. Am I correct?
I have made deals with several serpents. Unfortunately, the one I think you speak of, he is not my master. He and I have an accord. I wouldn't call it even a deal, for that matter, for he holds no sway over my life. He may ask things of me, but to me all he is a small doll inside of a carriage.
Well, if you keep following the serpent's words, there is no way you'll end up in a happy in the afterlife. Instead, they'll weigh your heart against the feather of truth, and the great devourer, part hippo, part lion, part crocodile, will eat you.
All woman.
I try to live my life as best as I can to hope that feather weighs in the correct balance.
Well, if you would like that to be the case, perhaps you could study under me.
I would very much appreciate that, and I think that the Temple of Thoth could also learn a bit of your great wisdom. They could use some direction as well, and I think you might be best served also in them in your employ.
I think so. Well, keep that in mind.
Of course. Thank you, Moses.
And he heads back and starts dispelling the rest of the stink.
Yeah.
So the stink that is coming out of the cauldron has slowed down. Livingston, do you what's your plan for getting everybody into Hyde Park? I mean, I guess the wolves are just charging right in.
Yeah, and Dorian Gray's riding piggyback.
Oh
I
man,
think
what a ride!
I think I remember the way. Actually, I have a corruption move called "Catch You Fuckers at a Bad Time."
Did you think it?
Yeah, which means
Yes.
I can mark corruption to arrive at any scene. I can mark another corruption to bring anyone with me.
Are you taking those?
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're gonna all arrive at the same time.
I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense
theoretically,
to
if
me.
you want to barge in first, by all means, go for it. But we're jumping in right after.
I
saying,
feel like we should
surprise.
all showing up at the same time basically is fine.
Yes. Why not take the ship?
I can just teleport us in. That'd be the flashiest entrance.
I'm gonna say Livingston's kind of calling the shots
No,
on this one.
yeah.
Because it's his.
We're
move.
trying to help him.
Oh, you're giving him some cool
We have
suggestions.
resources available to you.
Oh,
To make we know what we're doing. We're just
Yeah.
making the scene cool as we
Cool.
enter.
Ooh,
by all
yes.
means, see if you can somehow focus to get us all there. And yeah, one jiffy.
Pirate ship appearing over Hyde Park. Be quite
Yeah.
interesting.
Like our powers sort of combined.
Our powers combined.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they flare.
Yeah, you guys show up in the pirate ship and the werewolves burst out of the sewers at the same time. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say that is going on. You guys are all so Hyde Park, big sprawling green area, and right there in the center, they have built sort of a reproduction of the famous Crystal Exhibition. This ultra modern crystal palace, really of like shimmering glass. Inside, there's full of different rooms showing all the great inventions of the age. The telegraph, the telegram, so many fun, amazing things waiting there. And who has like just arrived herself by carriage. It's pretty, it's pretty crowded. Evening, the lights are on, everyone's enjoying themselves, and Her Majesty is like just coming out of the carriage. Also there, Sir Titus II, and some of the Nemean Club as guards. So they're going to notice the werewolves coming out first. Oh, Samuel Sink is there as well, of course.
Okay.
So, as you guys all arrive, the Nemean Club, some of the Queen's guards start like springing into action because when they last saw you, you were eating a whole bunch of police officers.
No, they deserve to know. How close is Dracula in all this? Because he's the one that I was following.
Right. You were able to see that Dracula is perched in a very Dracula-like position. He's like on top of the crystal exhibition, and some of that stinky ichor is with him still.
Yeah.
I think you get to dictate how we enter the scene.
Oh,
You're using the move, aren't you?
yeah. Okay. I know we were ready or not. So
Am I doing the thing first, or is he doing the thing?
Let's let Livingston. So you already kind of used that move. So
Yeah.
what's your entry look like of this whole crew here?
to the best of my ability, out of the cloud, I would suppose, because it's England,
London.
right? Yeah. It's
Oh yeah,
gloomy, right?
Absolutely.
Best of days. That's what they got. So out of the cloud, we sort of appear, and me and Assault, I guess, I would be trying to swing down on a rope. That's my only way down. You could probably just float.
I think I can teleport us both if I use.
Or you could do that.
They'll let it out and just right in the situation.
So I guess we teleport to the ground, and yeah, just revolver out, ready to run.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Actually, Livingston, there is somebody who is commanding the honor guard who you recognize. It is Lieutenant Flood.
Awesome.
Now he's a bit older. I mean, maybe he's like maybe he's Colonel Flood right now. But he's with Sir Titus too.
Oh, is he?
And as soon as you arrive, Tu's like, "Enemies of the crown, into the exhibition, Your Majesty. Go to safety." Colonel Flood, just bursting like with his usual tactical grace, declaring like, "We're under attack. Open fire on everything."
I don't think you're under
No, you
attack.
fool! I don't know
So
what to shoot at though yet.
him and his soldiers, as well as the Nemean Club, are starting to reach for their guns just to fire on everything.
Wait, we've come to save the queen.
Where's Roxanne? She would know.
I was waiting for my turn to speak.
Yeah, you guys. So the werewolves have arrived as well at this point. Perhaps not helping matters.
There's a plot against the queen.
Oh,
Led by.
that's bad. I was gonna say.
Oh, that's sorry. I didn't mean to say thunder. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I don't know when I get to, when I'm talking.
No, it's please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Well, I'll say this is the time when the werewolves simultaneously.
You
guys
you
come
say more
charging into
clout
the
than
front.
I do. I'm just some American.
Right. Mum, there's a plot on your life by that creature up there.
Oh. And she's like looking up in the direction of it. Well, we are certainly worried about that ghastly-looking gargoyle, but what's this I hear about you attacking police officers?
I had to dispatch Sergeant Jackie Tiger Brown, who's about to open fire on innocent people. It is my duty to protect the British citizen even against the constabulary.
Lieutenant Flood says, "Innocent British people? They were a bunch of foreign demons."
You should know that foreigners have just as much right in our Commonwealth as any other citizen, and your bigotry is not appreciated by myself nor the Queen Mum.
I have but one thing to say to that. Or rather, 3 things. 3 words. Preposterous. Wait, that was 4.
That was 4 syllables.
And
That was one word.
I went to Eton, I'll have you know.
You went to Eden.
So, this hero of the Crimea turns to you. "Livingston, my boy, I commanded you in so many glorious, battles? I was gonna say victories, but that would be perhaps... Well, we killed a lot of people, at least. Anyway, take your wolfish female friend in hand, and we'll see justice done to her at a later date, but we must protect the queen. What do you say?"
Although that might be the time of my life, sir. I would not venture that at this moment, nor would I ever touch her hand without permission. Of all the times you've commanded me, sir, that was in the past. And this is now. Step aside. The queen has the right for protection.
Don't embarrass yourself any further.
Oh, man.
the Union fag is here to serve the Queen. And the 2 other wolves go, "Huzzah!"
God save.
God save the queen!
So, Livingston, are you think you're going for a persuade, or are you like dropping somebody's name? Sing is there as well if you want him to help.
Can I assist on this one? Like,
I mean, yeah, you were. I'm trying to say that you're the rightful protector, so you, if that's okay, she could try that.
Yeah, would you rather she rolls and you assist, or... Because I could see... Or you roll and she assists.
I almost was kind of assisting you, because you spoke
Oh, that's true.
first.
Okay.
She did speak first, and then I got approached by him. So if you want to roll it that way,
Yeah,
I'm
that's...
wrong.
Okay, so why don't you
Trying
roll
to
to
get her
assist
about
her, so roll a knight for her.
Okay.
You can mark that. You don't have it.
I do, but. Oh, sorry. Not gonna happen.
Oh boy.
That's okay. So I have to roll heart. That's,
Yeah, you gotta persuade. I mean, look,
if
Colonel
only we were in my
Yeah.
territory.
Colonel
How much
Flood.
you
Yeah,
roll?
sadly you're in Hyde Park, so.
No, not at all.
Comes apart at the end.
All right.
I'm still a scary ass wolf monster. I mean, and he doesn't
Well-
trust me. And I did eat a friend of his
Everyone loves
very
me.
recently.
So
Like yesterday.
Oh no, I think it was today. It was earlier today that she ate his friend.
So Colonel Flood and Sir Titus are standing between you and Queen Victoria.
Oh, Sir Titus is one of them?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
Sir
out there.
Titus and I are friends. I don't know how it works to owe a debt, but I owe a debt to both Sir Titus too. And I owe 2 debts to Queen Victoria. So they can technically boss me around, but that also means that they know me really well.
That's true. Well, Sir Titus, he's like, we'll come to the. We'll discover details of this later, but right now, what matters is getting the Queen to safety. So if you would just stay there and stand down. And he's trying to calm down Lieutenant or Colonel Flood, who is very much like, shoot everything.
Including the
main
Queen,
important
apparently.
thing, Sir Titus, is that that creature up there does not drop any of that ichor upon the Queen, which I believe is his intent.
All right. Well, when you pick up again, Dracula has slipped away from that perch.
Oh. I can follow him if you'll allow me to.
Sir Titus might, but Colonel Flood definitely not, unless something happens.
I was, asking Sir Titus specifically.
He's like, I would like you, but I'm afraid Flood here outranks me.
But he does not
Ouch.
outrank you, my queen. What would you have me do? You know that I only live to serve you.
This will require a persuade.
Okay. Trinker's like, she lays back and thinks about England all the time. Why are my persuades so bad?
It's the heart.
Even worse.
If we were in Whitechapel, they'd all be listening to me.
Yeah, so we're not Whitechapel anymore, are we?
I know, well, I have Alpha Dog. Which has done me no good because we've never been in
So
Whitechapel.
bad. I
She's
know.
like, my daughter, we shall have to discuss this later.
If
She-
you want.
she really
So,
does.
what are the rest of you guys doing? Dracula he's somewhere around here.
Did I see where he went by any chance? I was still up there.
Yeah, you're still up on the perch. Why don't you roll?
It's right there.
Let it out, maybe?
Yeah, give me let it out to like send your kind of ghostly. You're like scanning with the.
Ooh, double 6, 14.
Dude, yeah, man.
Nice.
Okay,
Dang.
you see what he
Oh,
did.
wow.
He like slipped down the parapet, sort of walked straight down the wall, the old vertical Dracula walk. One of the greatest, creepiest moments in the novel, I gotta say. Great book, big fan, Bram Stoker. If you are a Bram Stoker, thanks for writing that great book.
Bram Stoker.
Yeah, big.
He's
shout
been
out to Bram
dead
Stoker.
for a century.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Thanks, you dead old anti-Semite.
Oh no, he was anti-Semitic.
Oh, hardcore, yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I take back my shout out. No, I might.
Unless
It was a different time. It's still horrible
He
though.
was Irish, and they all were at the time.
I guess. I mean, look, it was in so many Lovecraft
Lots of
too.
stuff.
Like it's the whole thing.
Oh, look, this is awful.
Yeah. Ugh. They're all terrible. Oh
What was
well.
the work? Hate the person.
Exactly. So when he gets down, he's starting to transform himself. He is turning into like kind of the werewolf form of a bat, becoming this massive, man-sized giant bat, just with the one arm, of course, with like humongous claws, giant fangs. He's going into beast mode to try and sweep through and reach the queen. So what are you doing?
I am going to drop the ship on him.
Whoa.
So I'm going to spend a corruption point to have all 3 of my manifestations go. And I'm just going to point down, hoist the colors, and charge straight at Dracula with the ship.
Whoa, ramming speed.
Do I see this? This then ship.
Yeah, you'll see the ship. Everybody
It
is
has the
pointing.
face of a shark.
I'm going to use my last hold to give everybody in the vicinity shield. So
That
everybody
might
has plus
be
1
useful.
armor.
All right,
So,
Captain Diego, why don't you roll
Uh-oh.
unleash an attack.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 6. That's a 1. It's a 9 altogether.
Okay, so you can
I
pick one
don't
from the.
feel like there's any conceivable way for us to assist you.
Probably
No.
not. I mean, you're using your ghost ship to smash him.
Alright, so
It's pretty unique. Yeah, it's pretty.
how much damage would a ship do? Because either way, it's taking. I'm doing terrible harm to him.
Right. Okay. I'll say this. You are able to. You pretty much like cripple Dracula, taking out his wings. You don't quite ground him into the earth. He's able to sort of like rush over the side and start to take wing when you come down and just smash into him. His wings get crumpled and smashed. He goes skidding across the ground, comes to a halt there. He rears up. He's starting to like summon more of those bats for another attack.
Son of a-
Drive by.
Well, let's see what is Assault doing at this point?
He's summoning bats at the moment, right? Is he carrying that? Is he still has the Ichor with him, or has he dropped it at this point?
I'll tell you what. For this one, give me a figure someone out. So roll with mind on him to see what he's doing with the door.
That's an 8.
Okay. That's enough. I will say he's got the ichor like inside of him. You can see it's like coming out of his mouth.
It's fucking spit.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to use I don't have a channel, but I'm gonna try to just summon the power of wind in a direct, not try to do any damage, but just try to hit him right in the solar plexus, so he spits out on the ground in front of whatever he has in his mouth. Kind of
Ooh.
force it out of him.
Okay, give me a let it out there.
That's a 11.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, you're gonna do that. So the wind rushes over, just like hits him right in the gut, and he expels that ichor into the grass. Lot of blood in the grass in Hyde Park, which starts shriveling and dying. Smoking a little bit, but looks like it's not gonna be able. He's not gonna spit up on the queen.
Nice.
Thank
Success.
Nice.
Very good.
God. All right, Roxanne, you still have a bunch of like these royal guards, soldiers, and Nemean Club members who are like aiming their guns at you. A little bit surprised at what Dracula's doing.
All I'm doing is being between myself and the queen. Or between myself and the queen. Being between Dracula and the queen, and that's all she's trying to do.
Okay.
Like, she's not attacking any of these people because they're being ignorant. She's just,
All right, so you're holding your position there.
she's prepared to defend the queen if anything rushes her.
Livingston. Sig like reaches down to his tulwar, his sword, and he's like, this weapon was gifted to me by the Shadow Chakram. It was blessed. I believe it can destroy an unholy creature such as that.
If I can wound him so he cannot move, do you think you could get in for a good close hit?
I'll try my best.
I'd feel ashamed if I swung that thing and missed.
So he pulls the sword. He's
Okay.
like, "All right, Saeed.
So yeah, me
Do
and
what
him
you can."
going at him. So what am I doing for that?
I mean, I could see this be let it out. This could be mislead, distract, or trick. This could
We
be
got Holy Grail too.
let it out.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like the end where the cops are arresting everybody.
Oh yeah, we did.
It's like, I'm ready to do this kick-ass like showdown, and it's like, you're under arrest. Like,
It's just this massive epic battle. It was under arrest and people being shoved in the
yeah,
cop cars.
it's like that's all that happens with Roxanne, is she just
I know.
gets arrested.
Alas, the
It
dice.
could be okay.
It's a great scene.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a mislead if I can, by like shooting, I guess, wildly at like his feet.
Okay.
Sort of like making him distracted.
Wild
that way.
West style.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, make Dracula
I'm
dance.
gonna act like I'm shooting my best, just like So very distracting. Yeah, not really. 7.
That's a success.
Yes, but not like overly.
Okay, so you get to pick
Pick 2. So I'm gonna create the opportunity for Sing, and I will expose a weakness so that he gets a good shot.
Okay. Because of that, Sing is able to rush in. He drives the sword through, but it is a temporary thing. So he gets the sword like into Dracula's like where the heart is. It stabs in, but not all the way to touch that heart and finish the job. Dracula just kind of swings his arm, bashes him aside. But definitely was a killing blow if only someone could push it a little bit further. Roxanne.
Mom, can I please?
She's like, well, my child, you can, but seeing you turn into this creature, I would be lying, or we would be lying if we said we were pleased with this transformation. But go, fall upon him like the beast you are.
Jolly good. Okay. She's seen me in wolf form before.
Well, you're getting pretty. I mean, you were getting not as monstrous as this. This is a
Yeah, I
change.
know. I'm more monstery now.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of corruption.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a let it out to just, or not let it out. See, now I'm saying it.
Unleash an attack.
I'm going to unleash an attack on Dracula. Just drive that shit in further. I think.
Okay.
Because isn't that what needs to happen?
I think so.
Yes.
Right through the heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a 10.
Nice.
Whoa. All right. So yeah, how do you want to do this moment?
Right. She like just drives that sword all the way through the heart, and then because of her super wolfy strength, it just goes too far, and her hand just comes all the way out the other side.
Oh, man.
And there's like the heart skewered on the sword, and then Dracula maybe dissolves into dust around.
Yeah, I would say so. The dust catches the wind. The heart just like shrivels up, crumples, and then is stuck there on the blade.
God save the queen!
Everyone is a little bit alarmed by this, but yeah, they all chime in. God save the queen.
Nice.
And of course, they all break into the song too. Da 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 da.
I think it's time to make exit sage and left so we're not arrested.
Yeah. Come with me if you want to live.
Well, Sing, thank you again. You're invaluable as always. Impeccable timing. But we gotta go.
So, as you guys head off, I think each of you kind of has a decision to make. And this will sort of be, because this is kind of the end of this arc. These characters might reappear in some form, perhaps with you playing them or as NPCs, but you're kind of in charge of like what happens to them. So maybe we'll start with Captain Diego.
Mhm.
So, your mortal duty has been completed. You saved England, you saved all those lives. And really, the only thing holding you back is you. So do you decide to move on? Do you sail to that final sea up in the clouds? Or do you decide to stay on Earth?
No, we're staying. Because the one responsible for our deaths has not been brought to justice. And I will not pass on until I see his decapitated corpse on the front mast of my ship.
Whoa.
Got a very good sword for that.
It's Sing's sword. Don't steal it from Sing.
That is my sword.
We'll get you another
Pirate.
blessed sword.
That's
care.
okay.
Don't be. He's a good guy.
I'll give it back. Maybe.
Roxanne.
In this lifetime.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah, when he's like super. Decades later, you go, oh, here's the sword I took from you. Priceless family heirloom, sorry.
Just put it on
And a
his
stabbing in his grave.
Yeah.
Return it to like his great-great-grandchildren. Like, what?
Huh?
This was once your great-great-grandfather's. I stole it from him to kill Claggett. Who's Claggett?
Well, he's dead now, and that's what's important.
Who's Claggett? Good question. He's not here anymore.
Ooh. So, Roxanne, you have a choice as well. So, after you've transformed so much, Victoria, I mean, of course she still likes you, but you can't exactly have a werewolf stomping around in court. So you get kind of you're either going to be a kind of persona non grata at Westminster, or you get another offer from the Six-Fingered Queen. So if you can't serve the queen above, you can serve the queen below. And after seeing you in action, she's more than willing to give you a very, very high place in Ordo Sanguis, commanding not just the Union Fang, but all the werewolves of England.
Claggett did a great harm to my family, one which I cannot ignore. In order to guarantee my service, I would have to have him removed from the organization. I cannot serve in an organization that he also serves in.
Ooh.
As I am very honored by your offer, but he is a man of no honor.
Six-Fingered Queen thinks it over, and then she's like, Claggett has served us well, but his time is over. He's old and you are young. You should take your place by my side. As for Claggett, he can find a new place in the wilderness.
Australia is nice this time of year.
I think so.
Hey, let free.
Then
The land of the Midnight Sun is Denmark.
And I am happy to serve you in the Dark Mountain.
Whoa! All right. So with that, you take over all the werewolves in England, and Claggett, he's out of the order. So when he shows up again, I think he will because he's a survivor. But he'll be in a much more
Precarious spot.
a much more lowly. No castles and blood servants anymore for poor Claggett.
I promised to keep him alive, not to keep him in place.
That's true.
I step in for no situation like that.
Livingston.
Hey, I didn't ask to have him killed.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, you just exile, pretty much. So Livingston,
Yes.
you get an offer from Sig.
Really?
He's saying, I thought you were like so many others of these English who talked about civilization but harbored deep prejudices and also were rock-brained fools. Like a certain colonel I could mention.
Huh.
But you seem a little bit different. I think your time in the Nemean Club might come to an end. But if you return to India and Simla, the Shadow Chakram welcomes foreigners. You could find a place with them.
Well, if there is greater need there than here, one thing I would hate to feel is useless. Nothing makes old age come upon that someone faster than that. So, yes, keep me busy, and I will be happy. These hands need something to fix at all times.
Okay. So you leave London, head out to India to kind of spend your golden years there with the Shadow Chakram.
Perhaps the weather could be better for me too.
It might. Kind of
That's
a
right.
best exotic marigold hotel situation. I just realized. And Isolde, you get the offer from Olympiada Oldenburg as well as Tutmosis X to join the Esoteric Temple of Thoth and become the apprentice to this mummy. Taking that means going back to England or going back to America. Gonna have to wait for a long time. And also, you gotta get rid of that doll.
Oh, don't worry. So, taking the offer mean I'm headed back home to America?
No, you would stay here and study under Tutmosis in the temple.
Thank you, but I think I'll be okay. And I've actually brought the doll with me, and I set it aflame.
Whoa. Oh man, no payment.
I think I need to go visit my father and my grandfather. Well, not he's dead, but I need to go visit his grave. I've had a lot of things to think about, and a lot of choices I never thought I'd make, and I think I need to find something at home first. I thank you very much for all of this. Tutmosis, I appreciate the offer. Even your simple words of wisdom have meant a whole lot to me. Thank you. I had to look at them as make sure that they don't summon anything horrible into this world. I'd hate to have to hear about this and come back.
I'll do my best. You just make sure that when your heart is weighed against the feather of truth, the scales are balanced.
Oh, I aim to do that, so.
And they send you on your way. So I think with that, with some new paths set for these characters, we're going to bring this arc to a close.
I do have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you need Claggett alive for the next arc or so?
Jeez. Yeah, I kind of like to keep him alive for
Dang.
a minute. I like this
I can
vampire
literally
character.
teleport to him where he is right now.
Oh, just teleport right up and unload it. Well, I'm going to say, like, after he realizes he's out of the Ordo Sanguis, Claggett gets real paranoid, covers himself with amulets and mystic charms to make sure that a certain vengeful ghost can't find him. And he goes, like, well, he heads far off searching out other factions that can hire and use him and offer protection.
Please don't kill him. I'd hate to have to step in while I live.
It's alright. I'll wait until you're not living.
Whoa. Man, I can definitely...
Next year, because I'm going to kill you.
Whoa, uh-oh. That would be a
Not
turn.
me.
Oh.
No, I'm
Oh,
not
you're
gonna
gonna kill me.
someone.
Well, I can definitely see the corruption was kind of working on some of our characters. It was...
I'm not
I mean, I think these two chose the better path. These two, maybe not so much.
I still have 2 corruption moves.
Well, at the
I
end,
just take the better path. That's why I'm going back for the better path.
I guess, but you rejected at the end.
Yeah, I did.
What was the better path that she should have taken?
The non-corruption?
Well, not becoming this like as monstrous as you were. Yeah,
Me
She was
soon
pretty
enough.
monstrous to start with.
that's fair. I mean, there is something to say with like just embracing what you are. Be the thing that everyone fears that you can be.
Well, I mean, the wolf pack thing said that you start eating people. I didn't want to, like,
Yeah.
not.
You did, yeah. And so
Yeah.
you were, and it worked out great. Now you get to rule all werewolves. So I had a lot of fun with this arc. These characters are pretty cool.
Oh, heck yeah.
I definitely want to see him return. I'm planning to have them or their descendants come back as NPCs in future arcs. And that next arc, I'll just give a little preview for it. I think we're going to take the next week off light. Get all the details finalized, but I'm already pretty excited for it. There's going to be Petrograd, a.k.a. St. Petersburg, a.k.a. Stalingrad, a.k.a. St. Petersburg again. It's one of those cities where it's
Twice.
like, the city's so nice they named it 4
St.
times.
Petersburg
or
twice.
so.
Just put it in the loop.
I do plan on this next character
Beautiful
being
city, by the way.
non-violent.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, my character's gonna be super sinister.
Well, you're going to be...
Swapsies!
I know, right?
Cool.
Whoopsie.
This is going to be in the court of the Romanovs, Tsar Nicholas II, all sorts of crazy court intrigue, so a non-violent schemer would fit in just perfect. It's the time of Rasputin, the Bolshevik Revolution, World War I. It's all kinds of horrors, and we're going to be
Lot
there
going on there.
for every minute
No,
of it.
I'm
Yeah.
not a schemer, though. I speak for the woods. I'm not doing that.
I know.
I'm not doing that.
I think it's
I
going
know,
to
I'm good at Fluttershy.
It should be good.
God.
Well, thanks for stopping in and watching, everyone.
Russia.
Thanks, Londell, aka Jamie,
New York.
aka
Yeah.
Londell,
Like,
aka
Lorak?
winner of the
Yeah, like
dice.
Lorak. Love
We're
it.
just going the AKAs tonight. So, thank you for watching and hanging out even on your game night. Thanks, B-Bars, for coming on in. And good luck on all the projects that you have just successfully shipped out on Kickstarter. Good job, dude. We will see you in what? As Total Recall says, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Or a fortnight or whatever. But before that...
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite.
A fortnight.
Fortnite.
But before then, I really want to go through some of these, I don't know if you call them descriptors or whatever, that happened during the game that made me chuckle out loud with my mic off. I turn into a crab. Wish me luck. seriously that rang a bell with me. And Renfield's feet go whap
I'm
whap.
debating where I want to have a
Um,
showing it, but think
I got a kick out of those two phrases. I was like, I could see these happening in a comic book right now. So thank you so much for that, guys. I'm very entertained by just sitting over here. So Fortnite, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Whatever. Until
Yeah.
then, what are we doing? We're gonna pull up a chair. Make time to tabletop. All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Good night,
Bye.
folks. Adios.